Hello, today we're diving into the pages of a remarkable book that can transform the way you approach learning and personal growth. And so join me as I explore the book How We Learn by Stanislas Dehaene. And I'm going to share with you 4 essential pillars needed to learn anything coming up. Hello, my name is Toye and welcome to Business Leaders Coach YouTube channel, where we're going to be summarizing many leadership and business books so that you don't have to read them yourself, but more important, so that you can take action on them today. Now, today I've chosen this foundational book for this channel, How We Learn, because we're going to be learning from many books. And so I thought that I first share with my audience how we can learn better. Now, Stanislas is a distinguished neuroscientist that knows how to take us on an exhilarating journey through the inner workings of how the human brain sheds light onto how we think. And so he has been able to break down the science behind learning and memory. Now, in my household, my wife and I, we are very passionate about learning as learning and development professionals and coaches, and we were fortunate to teach our children how to read at a very young age. Our daughter was reading by 13 months and our son was similar, as you can see.
Apple. Apple. Apple.
Yes, good girl. That's right. Good girl. Yes, blue. Good girl. Daddy. That's right. Good girl.
We're ready to read? Yes. Okay, let's do some reading. All right. Rhinoceros, give yourself a Read this one. What does it say?
That can see her of sunshine. We're not scared. A river, a deep cold river. We can't get over. We can't get under it.
As you can see from these clips, learning is something that we are passionate about, and we've been able to pass this same thinking on to our children. And this is also something that we realize that a lot of leaders need to have this same mindset towards learning. Well, they've grown up much more now, but as you can see, I was really interested to learn from this genius because he gives us a profound insight. And that is that our brains possess an astonishing capacity for change and adaptation. Now, the book argues that learning is not confined to a specific age or stage in life, that it is a lifelong process. And once we understand the neuroscience of learning, we can unlock our full potential and enhance our educational and professional endeavors. So why should you pay attention to this book? Well, if you are a CEO, a founder, an entrepreneur, you're looking to build your business, start your business, scale your business, I would say this is a must read. And let me tell you the reason why. Because in today's fast-paced business landscape, your ability to learn, adapt, and innovate is going to be paramount. And so How We Learn equips you with the knowledge to foster a culture of continuous learning, and you have to be an example of that as well in order to drive innovation, growth, and I'm going to say that it's also going to be the competitive advantage of the future. So what's the key concept that you can take from this book? Well, let's get our sketchbook out and let's learn the 4 pillars that are essential for all our learning endeavors. Now, Stanislas teaches us that all learning is based on 4 pillars: attention, active engagement, error feedback, and consolidation. Now, I found this hard to remember, so putting on my learn and development hat, I've changed the 4 pillars so that you can remember them much better. So the first I've now called paying attention. The second, I kept that as active engagement. The third, I've turned to corrective feedback. And the fourth, eventual automaticity. As you can see, this spells pace, which should be easier for you to remember. So let's start with the first pillar, paying attention. Now, as a leader seeking growth, it's about actively paying attention. So you have to be pinpointed around where you place your focus and attention. You got to ask yourself, what is it that I want to learn? Is it learning skills? Is it delegation? Is it giving feedback? Is it casting vision? Is it how to communicate better? So you've got to be very specific about what it is that you're going to pay attention to. And this is why self-awareness is the foundation of growth. Now, the second is active engagement. Now, in this second pillar, Stanislas observed that we really only learn when we are actively engaged in the process. So in leadership development, this means immersing ourselves in growth opportunities. So let's say that you aspire to lead a larger team. Well, you got to be actively engaged in the skill of how to empower others. You got to be conscious of that practice. And the only way you can do that is by you actively pursuing opportunities to build that skill. So moving on to the third pillar, corrective feedback. Now, as a leader growing in your capabilities, it's essential to seek feedback to help you grow. So you need to get feedback maybe from your peers, from your team members, but also for yourself. You can observe your behaviors, what you're doing, and you can use tracking tools so that you can understand where you are in the process. So to give you an example, you might say, for instance, well, I'm going to first of all listen to people to make sure that I hear them and then ask questions before I share my own opinions. And you might find that at the beginning of the day, that's fine, all is going well, but towards the end of the day, you find yourself cutting people off. You see, that's the kind of thing that on reflection, you can then correct that behavior. And other ways of how you can get that feedback is by asking your team members and those around you. So the whole idea is that you are actively correcting your behavior. That's what the corrective feedback is all about. Finally, let's explore eventual automaticity. So what exactly is this automaticity? Now, Stanislas called this consolidation, right? But it's the stage in our learning journey where the things that we've just learned become second nature. Think of it as when your brain switches from conscious effort to autopilot mode. During eventual automaticity, our brain is hard at work, recognizing and reinforcing neural connections. This magical transformation primarily happens while we sleep and through repeated practice. Now, the beauty of eventual automaticity is that it makes things feel effortless. Once we've reached this stage, you can perform tasks or recall information with little to no conscious effort. It's like riding a bike or learning how to play the keyboard or type. It just happens effortlessly. So in leadership, this means reaching a point where effective leadership becomes almost second nature. Suppose you're an experienced leader looking to enhance your decision-making skills. Well, over time, through practice and experience, your ability to make well-informed decisions becomes more instinctual. So what actions can you and your team take from this video? Well, let's bring these 4 pillars to life, right? So if you're a leader looking to grow, as we all should, first, we need to pay attention. Paying attention, actively assessing our leadership style and its impact, and then paying attention to the essential skill that we want to focus on. That's number 1. The second is active engagement. Remember, we need to actively participate in the development in that area. So we need to write down the mindset that we want to adopt, maybe the behavior that we want to change. Then third, corrective feedback. Once we're actively requesting for feedback from our team, our peers, and we observe ourselves, we can then track that and then make the necessary changes. And then the last is eventual automaticity. With dedication and practice, your leadership skill in that area will become more natural and intuitive, allowing you to lead with confidence. So there you have it, How We Learn by Stanislas Dehaene, the 4 pillars of learning. This is a game changer for anyone seeking personal and professional growth. So whether you're a CEO shaping the future of your company, or an entrepreneur on a quest for knowledge, or a leader in a small business or team, this book offers a roadmap to unlock your learning potential. Now, this framework is what I'm going to be using to break down future books so that we can take action and we can grow. So an easy way to remember this is to just think of P.A.C.E, and that way we can quickly apply this to our development. So grab a copy. You see the links in the description below. Shift your mindset, take action to harness the incredible capabilities of your brain. So I want to thank you for tuning in, and if you found this video helpful, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell for more enlightening content. Until next time, keep learning, keep growing, keep thriving.